if not Matt paints. But
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be very fun. I'm very excited. And I would say the film only covers maybe that one stage, because the idea of the film is it's supposed to introduce the idea of a feature film in which you go through all the stages and follow the arc of the story, and she's trying to stop Robotnik from doing what he does. So the only level we kind of explore just a little bit is the Green Hill Zone, but the goal of the film is to explore the world, explore South Island and the history of it, and get into how humans and Sonic's kind coexist. So it should be very interesting.
How Sonic came to be.
Kind of, not really. That's
Well,
what
not
we would explore that in the
this.
feature, yeah.
In the feature, we'd explore that, not here in this 20 minutes.
Soon. And also on top of that, the way we would want the origin of Sonic is to be half unknown, half known, but it's not going to suck. Because we went through 7 ideas and they all sucked, and this was probably the most, his origin is probably the most popular, the most popular of all of his all of his origins.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a mutant, he's not a freak, I mean, it's the way he is. The research?
Yeah.
Oh,
the research.
Oh, the research in terms of what we're doing here.
Yeah, we tried actually genetically engineering a real 5-foot hedgehog.
No, not that research. Not that.
Oh, no, I wasn't supposed to say that? My bad.
Well, 2 things Dan wanted me to mention. Number 1
He is going to get on my ass.
I guess Dan is because he's been reading the Sonic Bible as an aide, so it's an interesting read, to fill in certain gaps. But half of this location in South Island will be live action. We tried we want to see how a New York shoot would work, shooting.
It's cold in New York.
Yeah, it's very cold and snowy.
Very cold.
Yeah, we're moving, initially we were going to shoot in December in New York, in Appalachian Trail. Very cold, the actors were freezing.
They were freezing?
They were freezing. You got frostbite. And then we were thinking, well, it's going to be like this for the next few months, we got to move ship. So we thought about
going to LA and then also Hawaii, but none of those matched what Sonic would view the Green Hill Zone or any of it. Then the big thing is that we're taking it to the Virgin Islands. And the Virgin Islands with the vegetation and the hills and just how it is, it just matches the Green Hill Zone.
Yeah. And also, what kind of fueled that decision is actually cheaper to travel to Virgin Islands than California and Hawaii.
It really is.
That's quite surprising. It's like half the ticket price to LA, which is unheard of. But that is the setting of the film. In a nutshell, we'll get more into detail later. But I guess what we want to explore next is the beginnings of Sonic. So, do you want to get into?
Yeah, I want to definitely get into this. Basically, this is the first test render. I call this the carpet render. It looks like a rug. Basically, what I really wanted to do was keep Sonic's shape. This is right now without his quills on the back, the big bunches that he's got. But I wanted to definitely keep his shape that we've all, come to love over the years. I hope we love him. So basically, he's got his quills going down the back of his head. He's got on his back, and he's got that shape to him that we have. We just shrunk his nose in later renders, just a little bit because we thought it was a little too much. And basically, he is Sonic. He's got the same exact shape that we all know, except that it's going to be more realistic.
Slightly more. The thing is with Sonic is if you go too realistic, you kill what he represents and who he is.
Exactly. And it's not Sonic anymore. It's Michael Bay Sonic.
Which will bring us to an interesting joke slide later, which is.
Is that your joke or mine? Just have to know.
It's the Nigel realistic. Yeah. So
Would you have the other one?
No, I don't. It's the same thing.
No.
Yeah. So what we have here is we're expanding upon the quills and how we want them to move back. So Dave, you were pretty involved in this because I was. I was very.
So this was back in July. Okay, that's how long I've been working on this. Ever since we announced it at STC, I went back that weekend and just started working on it with the CGI artists.
Yeah. It's been very interesting trying to gauge exactly what would work for Sonic and what wouldn't, both considering the fans and what they want and what we want as Sonic fans and filmmakers. Because, as I said, if we go too realistic, it kills. And I said that too. Super realistic will fuck up this movie.
Oh yeah.
Pardon my French.
Yeah, we don't want a brown, hulking Sonic. coming on. I don't want to wear hot, no.
That was my biggest
the thing
fear
is
with
though,
her.
yeah, but the thing is though, Sonic's been 3D for over a decade now, right?
Yeah.
So we can't really just, okay, it's 3D. We have to go a little bit more, so we're gonna have to go with fur, and hedgehogs have quills, so naturally, he turned those bunches at, the cones on the back of him into the quills. But you're able to keep that arc he's got going from his forehead all the way back, and just keep his shape. And I put reason behind why it's shaped like that is because when he's running, it's like a raindrop, where he's got like a tail forge behind him.
Yes.
So, but there's so much of it that it creates
Exactly.
tails.
So that brings us to our next, in which we elaborate on the quills a little bit more. Now he's fully bunched up, and that brings us to the teaser trailer that we want to get feedback on. So
I want feedback on everything.
Yeah, dim the lights, and can we get sound on the laptop so we can show this?
I think they're right behind you, sir. The lights. Is that it? Yes. I hope so. If not, then...
Oh, okay. All right. We're going to kill the mics. Give us about 30 seconds to get the sound piped into the laptop. It's obviously a little, there's probably one shot that's going to look a little bit rough. This is all still a work in progress, but essentially, the trailer, this teaser is essentially going to be just kind of more of an announcement showing what's going on. There's going to be actual footage from the movie when we release it, so it'll be roughly a minute and a half. As of now, this is just 1 minute, showing kind of the tone. But the main purpose of this trailer is to hear Jaleel speak, to see Sonic, and actually to hear some of the score that's going to be going with the movie. So let's start this.
Enjoy everything around you. Freedom. Then imagine seeing all that taken away because one bloated Eggman wanted it all. I'll tell you everything, how it got this way, and how I'm gonna make sure it goes back.
So yeah, I would love if at the end of this presentation we can get a little bit of feedback on the trailer, Sonic's appearance. Of course, it's still being tweaked, but a little thing that Nigel did this early on, just kind of fooling around. So he just did it for the sake of having some fun.
Yeah, he scared me.
But he was just having fun. So what I'm going to show you may shock you, it may frighten you. Please don't get emotional. I got very emotional. He sent this to me until I thought it was for real.
I was cursing.
Oh boy.
Yes, I remember I started yelling at you for 10 minutes when I got this, thinking, is this some kind of joke? And Nigel told me.
It's because I walked away from the computer and you thought it was serious.
You came back and you didn't answer my emails for like 10 minutes. I got so angry. It took the CGI artist to tell me that this was a joke, and I'm like, oh, okay, thank God. But of course, we're not going to go that far. We're going to continue refining him and fine-tuning him so he could look a little, more appropriate. Especially the spikes, they're a little too, early on they were a little too loosey.
Yeah, this is actually more of what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
On the right side there.
Yeah, so we're actually going to probably do more work on the quills just to easily.
Oh yeah,
back a
no,
little bit.
this isn't the final thing.
Yeah.
Is this a final render?
It's a
No,
final
it's
render.
not a final
It's a final render of what we
For
have
what
now.
it is, yeah. It's not.
It's okay.
So we're going to continue, fine tuning and whatnot. And plus, he's got new cool shoes, which you were very involved in.
Yes, I was very involved. In fact, I actually have a design if we actually were to make them for sale.
I would buy those, but
No,
I don't know.
yes.
I just don't know how comfortable they would be. So.
I don't know. You gotta like bend your foot up in the middle.
Ew. Which brings us to a nice little treat we got. What's going on?
No,
You were pointing at someone, right?
hold on, just 1 second. We'll get the questions.
All right. Well, we got a little treat. Dan, Dave, get to the posters.
Oh yes.
We all remember this little design of the Sonic video game case.
It's a poster. Sneak previews.
Turn it around, you sons of bitches. Show us.
Bad fuss.
That is cool.
So as of now, this is a MagFest exclusive because based on how well it's received, based on how did I knock it over? Why did you put it behind me there?
So everyone can see it.
Oh, touche. So what we're gonna do is this is a MagFest exclusive. If it's favorable and if people really get behind this might be the official one. Aside from tweaking his design a little bit, it would be one. It would be one of the official ones. The official one would be the one we're.
Well, right now it's just a MagFest exclusive poster that I mocked up, and yeah.
Yeah. So which is totally rad. Which brings us to now feedback and questions. That's all we got to
It's
show.
written on the slide right there. Feedback.
You want to hand out?
I thought it up. Oh.
Hand out to everyone?
That's true, free swag. At the end of the panel, what we're going to do is we're going to allow
What people can see the photo.
okay, I mean, if you want to do it, that's fine. Get everyone out there seeing me. There we go.
We have 250 of them.
Yeah. And also, we're pending a lot of other appearances in the movie. I guess I can briefly touch upon the story and what we're doing because if you guys have any suggestions on how we can refine it would be fantastic. Essentially, we kind of combined the first game with a little bit of
Any
this.
extras, just bring them back.
Yeah, we're combining a little bit of the Saturday morning cartoon with the first game, very slightly. As the film begins, Robotnik is coming to power. What's going on? Well, either way, in the film story, vaguely, Robotnik is coming to power as the leader of Mobius, as in the cartoon. I wonder if I should tell them later, that way they can finish, because... No, they're just passing it, I just want to make sure...
No. Let everybody just pass.
Yeah, let them go about their thing.
Everybody gets one because we have to fill them to the roof. So that goes out.
That's the smuggest face you've ever seen.
And these posters are actually going to replace the ones that are outside right now. Everybody
This looks interesting. Very interesting.
It's a big one.
And his eyes are green. It's not black. His eyes are green.
What I wanted to touch upon was the story, in which I'll just keep it brief, so I don't give too much away. The film begins with Robotnik's rise to power in Mobius. He is the ruler. Like in the Saturday morning cartoon, he is the ruler of Mobius, systematically destroying all life and humanity. Whatever humans remain, as long as they follow his little dictatorship, they remain. Or at least that's what he says to them. One thing that I want feedback on is in the film, we do have freedom fighters for now, but since this is the first one, they have to be human, because we cannot explore any other creatures outside of Sonic until we get a sequel, in which Tails would be introduced.
I'm giving that away already.
Because it's common sense.
Yes!
But essentially there's a band of very small freedom fighters who are trying to take down Robotnik. Everyone's like successful until this one little hero from the South Island, where all this film takes place, starts to push Robotnik's buttons, and this is where the rivalry begins and leads into the first game. So we establish, and so far